Hello everyone, it's Louise from Sew Sophia Bags, and I'm back with my Friday bag chat. It's been a while since I've been on to chat with you. I had the half-term break last week, so there were too many family members in the house to go live, but anyway, here I am, I'm back, and excited to show you my latest project box for June, the month of June. And it's to make, if you haven't already seen it on my feed, this lovely Florence crossbody bag. I finished this yesterday, and I'm putting the finishing touches to a video tutorial to make it as well. But this is the double zip crossbody pattern by my good friend Vanessa of LBG Studio, and we've collaborated to bring you a project box with her pattern and fabrics that I've sourced and put together and my video, so that you have all that you need to make this bag, which is really just the most stunning fabric I've ever sewn with. I think I felt like I was sewing a painting. Just gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. It's by one of my favorite fabric designers called Caterina Roccella, and she designs fabrics for art gallery fabrics in America, and beautiful quality organic cotton fabrics. And her designs are always start with a painting, and you'll see, if you follow her on Instagram, you'll see she paints all the details, shows you the original painting, and then turns it into fabric, which is just amazing. In fact, if you look further back on my Facebook page from a couple of days ago, I do share the making of this very picture that she painted for Florence, the city of Florence. So the fabrics are inspired by her trip to Florence. The strap is terracotta, very inspired by the colours that she found in Florence. And then even the lining fabric, these mosaic tiles, are very typical of what you find on the buildings, including the Duomo and the buildings alongside in Florence. So a real ode to Italy, this bag, which is one of my favourite places to go. Hi Tessa! This is one of my favourite places anyway. We go to Italy every year, most years, because my husband's family's from Italy. So that's why I was so excited to bring you a project with a taste of Italy. So I'll just run through the bag a bit now that I've made it, so you can see what it's all about. It has a front zipped pocket, and I've trimmed them with a little bit of leather cord so you can pull the zip open easily. Nice full width zipped pocket lined in the mosaic tiles. And then, let me just close that. Oh, and the front pockets are nice and deep and spacious. So you can pop things like your sunglasses and tissues, maybe. Things that you want to keep within easy reach when you're out and about. And then inside you've got a further 2 slip pockets. I've stuffed this with a scarf just to keep the shape for you, to show you how big it is. But inside you've got another couple of, I don't know if you can see this, slip pockets inside, which you could store your phone in. Can't do this while I'm on like this. One pocket for your phone, or you could put your tissues in the other pocket, or another pair of glasses if you have them. And there's plenty of space inside for all the things, and you can put a scarf in it as well. So yeah, 5 pockets, and I would say this is a beginner friendly, confident beginner friendly project to sew. It's based on a pouch pattern by LBG Studio, and my daughter Sophia made the pouch pattern when she was about 14, and it was her first time with zips, and really it was such a simple pattern. I'd say I've made quite a lot of the bag and the pouch pattern and over the years, and I would say that this pattern really helped me master installing zips, which is why I thought it's a good project to start with in terms of making your first bag. So yeah, that's the double zip crossbody bag. I should point out it's based on her double zip pouch pattern. So in the project box, you get access to the original pattern, and you get access, well, to make this bag, it's a free add-on tutorial from LBG Studio. So I give you the links to both to get both patterns. So you're basically getting 2 patterns for one in the project box. And it's got an adjustable strap as well. So a couple of things to learn how to make. Adjustable shoulder strap. You can opt to make it a single strap length rather than adjustable if you prefer. But I give you all the hardware to make it adjustable, and I'll show you on the video tutorial as well how to do it. And yeah, inside you can even put, for one of my customers, lovely customers who has purchased the box already, she actually asked me to make her a makeup bag as well, which turns out to be from the exact same Florence collection by Caterina Roccella. And see how lovely the colours go together. They're inspired by a Florentine flora as well, and that goes very nicely in the bag actually. So there you go. I'll just run through some of the details as well of the box, just so you know what you'd be getting if you decide to buy it. I don't know if you can see that. Let me just lower. You don't want to see my face now, you want to. And if you have any questions, please feel free to just ask, and I'll either answer them live or afterwards. It's not always obvious when I get a question, but anyway, this is what the project box will look like. I'm busy putting the finishing touches to it. It's due to post out tomorrow. And I should point out, it's a limited availability on this. There's only so much Florence fabric that I could get to be able to create this box. So pretty exclusive. So in the box, I'm just going to cover that. You get my description of what you get, all the supplies, the pattern we're using. You get your QR code to download the original pattern, which is valid until the end of this year. And then I've included all the cutting, all the measurements to cut out all the pieces and which fabrics you cut out for which parts of the bag. I should point out as well, there are no pattern pieces to this bag, no printed pattern pieces. You just measure and cut with a ruler. So that's why I've given you a cutting list here. So that's just about the June project box. And then put this out there. You also get, because there are no pattern pieces, you get the link, but you also get a printout of the instructions to make the crossbody bag from LBG Studio. And as you can see, it's based on her pouch pattern. This is an add-on tutorial to make the bag, but you get both patterns. And I'm repeating myself, but it might not be obvious that you are actually getting 2 patterns in this box. And in fact, although I've tried to keep the fabric as close as possible to the quantity that you need, you do have some leftover fabric to make the mini version or the smaller version of this pouch, which is also why I've included extra zips to make a mini pouch. So you get your main zip. This is, I already attached the zip pulls for you, so you don't have to faff with that. And continuous zipper tape can be quite daunting to someone who's not used it before, but it's really easy to sew over. It won't break your machine like a metal zip would if you tried sewing over it. And I just include the zip pulls already attached. And then all you need to do is measure and cut for the front pocket, and then measure and cut for the top of the bag as well. So yeah, I should have kept this on my lap. Those are the cream zips that we're using. Okay, and then I give you a couple of contrasting zips to make a smaller version of the pouch. If you feel like making it, there is enough lining fabric, interfacing and main fabric to make yourself a couple more, well, one more pouch. And it goes quite nicely, the pop of blue, periwinkle blue. Then I give you some flat leather cord, real leather cord, and you just cut it to your desired length to make the sweet little zip pulls. And then you get your packet of metal hardware, so chunky Bronze Effect swivel snap hooks. You get 2 of those for the shoulder straps. You can attach the shoulder strap to the bag, but also if you at any stage want to swap it round with a webbing strap, a wider strap, you can do so because this one's detachable. Very handy. And then you get your 2 D-rings for, I'll just show you the part of the bag, to attach the side of the bag. And then you get your adjustable slider buckle. Okay, that's that. And then you get the fabric. You get, this is about 45 centimeters of the Florence fabric. I use inches in my video tutorial because I'm working with yardage rather than meters here. So this is actually 18 inches of fabric, which is equivalent to about 45 centimeters, just under half a meter. So that's your Florence fabric. And you can decide what part of the buildings you want to feature on your bag, okay? Let's show you. It's the full width. If you can see that. Okay, and then, see, I've got to fold all these up again. Stunning fabric. Right, and then you get your contrasting terracotta, just a smaller piece of this. This is 8 inches, so it'll give you plenty to make your shoulder strap. Okay, like so. And then you get more of the tile fabric, the mosaic tiles, because you need more to line the bag and for all the pockets. So this comes to about, it's 24 inches, which is about 70 centimeters of the tiles, which I think would make a really nice pouch on its own. And then you get half a meter of high quality woven cotton interfacing as well, which is fusible. And then you get a little treat, which I'm not going to open here because the people that have already bought my box, I want them to have a little surprise when they get their box to open. So this is a little treat, and it's a non-sewing treat, because we all need a little treat now and again. And it's also an Italian inspired gift for you. So there you go. That's my little project box for June. And I have had a couple of inquiries about whether the fabric could be provided to make the smaller double zip pouch, and I am busy working on just calculating the quantities that I have, and I can confirm that I'll be releasing a few boxes alongside the bag box. I'm just bringing the information together on my website shortly to for some smaller boxes with smaller quantities to make the double zip pouch. And obviously it won't come with as much fabric, and it won't come with the strap hardware. What I can do is include the swivel snap hook and the D-ring to make the detachable wristlet strap, which it's optional. So you see it's got a strap there, and I don't think I'll be including the corners. I mean, I do have some faux leather that I could include there, but you can make the double zip pouch without those corners as well. So I'm still just deciding what to include in the smaller version of this box, if anyone's interested. But otherwise, yeah, it's been a lovely project to put together with LBG Studio. I've been testing her patterns for several years now, and this was one of my first patterns that I tried out with her. And yeah, I love her style of writing, very descriptive. In my patterns I use photographs, but in Vanessa's pattern they are graphics like that. They're really clear to see how to do things, clear steps, and I'd highly recommend her patterns. Here's how to do her shoulder straps, and gives you plenty of options. So yeah, also if you're interested in making any of LBG Studios patterns, I do have an exclusive discount to her patterns. If you don't want to buy the box, you'd prefer to make something in your own fabrics, which I can understand, it's not to everyone's taste, but I do have an exclusive discount code for my Sew Sophia followers in my private Facebook group. So if you look up Sew Sophia bag patterns, and I'll drop a link below after this live, there is a code. I can only share it in my private group, which is valid until the end of June, and that's to get a really generous discount on all her patterns for the month of June. And also I'm able to share it with my email subscribers. So if you subscribe to my bag makers email list, I've already sent out the coupon code a few days ago, but I will send it out again this weekend probably. So yeah, that's my June project box that I've been really enjoying preparing. The only other thing I need to point out is that it does also come with my video tutorial. So that is part of the package. Basically, when you buy one of my project boxes, you'll get a video tutorial as well. So it's my hands-on support to help you make this pattern. It's not, the box isn't going to just sit in a cupboard somewhere lost and not ever get done. We're going to make the bag, and that's why I've done the video for you as well. So I'm putting the finishing touches to the video tutorial this afternoon. It should be live by tomorrow, which is the shipping date for my boxes as well. So, and there hasn't been a video for this particular pattern, so it's a first. So I hope you like what you see. And yeah, that's the June project box. It's all the fabrics. You've got your treat. We've got the hardware. Hi, Peggy. Do you think you'll be making the Florence bag as well? I sure hope so, because I think it's a lovely bag. I should point out as well, it's a very casual structure. It's got the structure is from all the pockets and the layer of interfacing. You can make it in thicker fabrics, slightly thicker, I'd say canvas or laminated cotton, which I've done in the past. I've made about 50 of these bags, and then if you'd like, you can always add an additional layer of interfacing or fusible fleece on the exterior fabric, but just bearing in mind that you'd need to trim it down to not get in the way of the seam allowance. This is a domestic machine friendly pattern, so you don't need a fancy machine in order to make this. You just need a sharp needle, your sewing machine, and the ability to sew in straight lines for this bag. I'll just pop everything back in the box, and I'll pop a link. Actually, there might already be a link for this live video to my project box. And I've also, just by the way, I've already released pre-orders for my July box, which is an advent calendar. I've got the fabric on order already, so I thought I might as well gauge interest now, as I've confirmed that I can get the fabric from America. So if you'd like to see my advent calendar project for July, head over to my website. Okay, that's it from me for this Friday, and I'll try and reinstate my Friday bag chat. Sometimes it turns out to be a Thursday, but I'm sure I'll see you again next week. Okay, bye for now.